Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Whether you're watching live or the recording, I'm so excited for you to be here and to get this information. My name's Jen Laurie. I am a holistic nutritionist. I am partnered with Trinant because of the collagen. So that's what brings us here to this conversation here tonight. Because there's a lot of collagens on the market. Would you agree that you see it everywhere? You see it on commercials, billboards, Amazon, Facebook ads. Oh my gosh, I see it everywhere. There's whole rows of it up at the grocery stores, at the big box stores, Amazon. Like you can find it anywhere. And most on the market are white label products. What does that mean? It means they're all the same. They just stick their sticker on it. Okay. So the sourcing of the collagen's all coming from the same place. Everybody puts their little own twist on it. That is the majority of the collagen on the market. You're going to find those on at big box stores. You're going to find that at all the like Amazons and all of those things, okay? And then there's a few companies that have their own unique type formula, okay? So what I'm highlighting here today is the Glow Collagen from Trinant because what I have found in all of my research as a holistic nutritionist, I actually have a certification in therapeutic supplementation. I'm super geeky and nerdy when it comes to reading labels. My obsession started years ago with food. I started digging deep into the processed food industry and unlayering all of the ingredients and formulations there. Then I started examining my house and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's all these household products and then beauty products. And it just expanded from there. And that's how I ended up what led me to really digging deep into the supplement world and the ingredients in the supplement world. And that's really my passion. My passion is health and how the body has this miraculous ability to heal itself if given the right ingredients, formulations, and environment to do so. And so I'm super passionate about sharing collagen because of the power of what it has to do inside the body. Now, most people by the time they're 40 aren't even making it anymore. And if you enter perimenopause, well, we all do eventually if you're a woman, right? If you're a woman, you're going to enter it at some point, or maybe you're at this point beyond that perimenopause stage. But the first 4 years of perimenopause, your collagen depletes at a rate of 30%. That's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. At 20, it starts depleting at 1% a year. So then if you hit perimenopause at whatever age you do, because it can start as early as 30 or it can be like 45, 30 to 45 is typically when it's going to hit. And for me, that was like 40. Everything changed after I turned 40. I didn't know I was entering into perimenopause, but now that I know what I know, I'm like, oh gosh, okay, that's when it started because this as I learned there was all these symptoms associated with it. I was like, holy cow. Oh my gosh. It's all connected. Imagine that. Right? But we don't hear about it in the ways that we should hear about it. And this is not a women's health talk, so I'm not going to dive deep into perimenopause and that, but I think it is important to understand that your college rate of depletion of collagen accelerates for us women as we enter into those hormone shifts in our body. Okay. So supplementing with collagen, can we all agree? Yes, it's important. Yes, it's important factually. The reality is not all collagens, like anything in the world, not all are created equal, right? Everything in the world is like that. Doesn't matter what product you're talking about, not all are created equally. Some are really just focusing on profit. Some really want to isolate a particular area of health. So maybe they're really targeting skin health, or maybe they're really targeting hair growth. They're really, most of them are cosmetic grade. They're going to help you in the beauty aspect. And that's how most of them are formulated. They're formulated with support nutrients to help with the beauty, because they know the collagen isn't going to hold up to do a whole lot. Right? Because most collagen, the molecular structure is too big to actually reach those in-depth layers. It's going to be surface level results. But in order to get the big, deep results, you need a different type of formulation. Okay, so I'm going to really focus in on bovine collagen. There's different types of collagen. Our body actually contains 28 types of collagen. Did you know that? There are 28 types of collagen in the body, but over 90% of the collagen in your body is type 1 collagen. So, most important collagen in your body, right? Bovine collagen is a type 1 collagen. It's also a type 3 collagen. Type 3 collagen. So, type 1 collagen is almost like it's all the connective tissues and all the things in your body. But there's certain collagens that have a very like small role to play in the body. And your body will make those collagens if given the right nutrients, which our formula has. So you don't have to worry about supplementing with 28 types of collagen. That's actually just a marketing scam. I'm not going to go deep into that, but when it says it's a multi-collagen formula, it's actually a scam. So watch out for that. What you need is a good solid bovine collagen. If you're looking for just beauty aspect, we have a marine collagen that is the best collagen formulation for beauty. We have that cosmetic one, and it is at least 2 times better than the next best formula that I found on the market. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm going to talk about bovine collagen because A, it made the biggest impact in my life. I lived with chronic pain in my lower back my whole entire adult life. I was diagnosed at 19 and that was it. I was just I resigned to the fact that this is just my problem I'm going to deal with the rest of my life. And at times in my life, I had flare-ups that left me bedridden for a couple weeks at a time because the inflammation would get so bad and there would be spasming. If you've ever had sciatic flare-ups in your back, you know what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, like where you cannot literally move your body without it spasming. I've had that happen several times in my life, and a couple of times where it did leave me bedridden for a period of time. Luckily, it didn't stick forever. But it's always been this like weak point where if I move too much or if I turn a certain way, if it tweaks and it spasms, it's game over for me. And I know it's going to be a while and take a lot of painkillers and anti-inflammatory drugs and all the things to bring it down. So throughout my journey of health, I've really eliminated pharmaceuticals from my life. And I really focus on whole food eating and good healthy lifestyle habits and that sort of thing to promote health in my body, which is done really well. But then I came to a point when I turned 40. All right, 40. I told you everything started when I was 40. I was waking up stiff. That's how it started. I was waking up stiffer. My workouts, it felt like forever to warm up and forever to recover. Everything took so long. I was like, I think I worked out for 2 minutes because I spent the whole workout trying to warm up for the workout. Right? And then I was recovering for days afterwards. It just wasn't recovering the same. And then the flare up happened. And I ended up losing mobility. I was stuck in this for 10 months. My mobility in my hips was hurting. Like I couldn't literally bend in those areas. And then it was painful. Just the simplest of tasks, like filling the dog water bowl. I had to brace myself on the counter and I'm thinking, man, is this going to be the rest of my life? Like, what is going on here? Right? And then I discovered this collagen formula and I looked at it and I went, hey, it looks really good. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try for 30 days and see what happens because what the heck do I have to lose? I'm spending thousands of dollars on all these other therapies like physio, chiro, massage, chiropractic, like you name it. I told you I don't put the drugs in my body anymore, so I was suffering through without the drugs just because I'm stubborn, right? But I was in pain every day and I had limited mobility and it just wasn't getting better. I thought, what the heck do I have to lose? I tried the Trinont collagen, and in 5 days, there was no denying it. The pain was gone. My mobility was coming back. I could go to the gym and squat with a bar with racked weights on it. I was like, "Oh, what do I have my hands on here?" So I started sharing it with other people and hearing stories of what it was doing for them. Because not everybody has my story of this chronic back pain, like right in that sciatic area. Other people have like frozen shoulder. Oh, and I didn't have any mobility with this arm. I couldn't lift it over my head because I was in a car accident years and years ago, and I have pinched nerves. I damaged nerves in my shoulder, and I didn't have full range of motion and mobility in my arm. And now, like 3 years later, after meeting this collagen, I'm lifting 100 and some pounds over my head repeatedly in a workout. Like it's nuts when I think about what I've come to. This year I hit a goal. Now I'm only like 5 feet tall. I'm not a big person. I'm a small person. And I lifted 255 pounds. This is almost double my weight. Like it's insane. And I'm thinking like everybody needs to know about this because I was on other collagens before. It didn't do that. It didn't do that. So that's really what inspired me to deep dive and learn in about the collagen products. I was like, why did these other ones I tried not do anything? And why did this one make such a difference? And that's really where I really started digging into collagen. Why is this one different? Why do people get the results they get here, but they don't get it with the other products? They get more surface level. You can maybe feel a little better, but not this total recovery thing that I'm experiencing over here. Not this rebuilding of things that are happening in the body, right? And since then, I mean, I've got ladies who have osteoporosis going and getting their bone density tests after being on this collagen for a year, and their doctors are like, they can't explain what's happening because their scans are getting better, they're improving. But that's the only thing they changed. Because the collagen is in our bones, it's in our muscles, it's in our connective tissues, it's in our gut lining. So it really can have the potential to help so many areas of the body. But if it's not absorbable to the degree that ours is absorbable, so when I say medical grade, I'm talking about the absorption level because most collagens won't absorb to that depth because of the molecular structure of it. So most bovine collagens are a combination of hide and skin. There's a couple of things that go wrong with that. When you use the hide, you have to use petrochemicals and solvents in order to break the collagen molecule free from the hide. Now, when they strip it with those petrochemicals and solvents, what happens is it can be destructive to the peptides. They're no longer usable by the body. They're in the bottle, but your body can't use them. What's the purpose? What's the purpose there, right? It's there to sell product. That's all, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper to make it that way, right? So again, increased profit margin, hoping that the consumer is not educated enough to know the difference. Because most people, would you agree, will look at a product, look at the very basics of it, and look at the price. Because there's nowhere to educate them on that. And that's why I'm so passionate about educating on this, is because people don't know what they don't know. And I think like we can make better choices for ourselves when we know what we know. And so instead of using a skin and hide combination, Trinont's collagen uses just skin. The skin has a higher concentration of peptides. It also, we're able to hydrolyze it because your body can't absorb the molecular structure without breaking it down through the process of hydrolyzation. We hydrolyze it using fruit enzymes. It's a gentle process that doesn't destroy the peptides. It just breaks them down into a smaller molecular structure. So most collagens on the market are going to be about 3 to 5,000 Daltons. That's what we call the measurement of the molecule, okay? The Trinont Glow Collagen is 1,000. That's 3 to 5 times smaller than the average one. So if you put that in perspective, say we have a standard bottle of collagen from another brand and the Glow Collagen, you've got the standard bottle with 10 grams of collagen, but you might only absorb 3 grams of it. Then you have the Trinont collagen that has 11 grams in it, and you're absorbing about 9 grams of it. It's got a higher absorption. So it's going to reach those depths in the higher volume of the peptides. Plus, remember, it's a more concentrated formula of peptides. There's more peptide chains in there. So we break it down not just to peptides, but dipeptides and tripeptides, which are those smaller peptide chains that the body can actually utilize. So you see the picture of why this collagen is uh, so much more. Uh, we get the bigger impact and bigger results with it, right? Okay, so that's one thing. But here's the deal too, is most collagens on the market are 2 to 5 grams. They're not even that therapeutic dosage of 10 to 20. If you look up research of collagen and really like rebuilding of the body and the inside out, the studies always have 10 to 20 grams in there. They don't have 2 grams. Or the collagen at Costco that's 1 gram. So most collagens that you buy, you might see it and it's a little bit cheaper, but you're going to have to like triple, quadruple, and sometimes 5 times the dose to maybe get the same amount of peptides. Okay. But it's not just the collagen because with the formulation of all the other ingredients we've added to it, it now touches a whole bunch of other symptoms. Or, yeah, what I want to systems in the body is what I meant to say. But yeah, we get symptoms when they're in different areas of our body if we have these problems, right? So I've created a checklist. I'm going to pull it up on my screen real quick. I'm going to ask a few of my friends to share about their experience with the collagen. You heard mine, but I'm going to share this. I'm going to pop this up on my screen because I want you to screenshot it and I want you to sit with this and just think about how many boxes check for you. What are the struggles in the different areas of your body? And what area of health it might be impacting? Because this formulation is going to support your body with all of these pain points. It's not just going to help regrow your hair, your nails, and your skin. It's going to really do some real internal work for your body, which is then going to support your body to work the way your body's supposed to work, right? So, I hope you were able to grab that. If you want, you can always ask later. I can always share it again later. But I just thought that was really interesting when I was breaking down the formulation and the ingredients and everything that it supports and helps. It's just so immense. It's so immense how many different areas it really covers. And that is what separates this collagen from other formulations is really how much it supports. Because with the whole formulation, it helps with structural repair. It helps with joint lubrication. It helps with circulation enhancement. It helps with antioxidant protection of the cells. It helps with inflammation support. It helps with tissue recovery. It helps with skin hydration. It helps with gut lining support. So when you use this formula, you might get results that you just didn't even expect. You might see the better recovery, more mobility, the improved digestion because it's even good for gut health. Like it's just amazing what it helps with in all those areas that you saw on this sheet I pulled up, like having that for me, I can just bounce out of bed and like I'm telling you, when I was getting out of bed before, it was like I was like being very careful to roll and then get out because I might pull something. And I used to tell this story about being 40 and then all of a sudden like you wake up and you're injured and you don't even know what happened and you're like looking around like how did this even happen? I'm like, oh, my neck. Like, did someone come in and like punch me in the middle of the night? Right? Because we can literally, our connective tissues are just not as, they're not holding out as strong as they should be. And so that is what I love about the formulation. It just has so many great support nutrients that it really is a complete body support like nothing I've seen before because it does help so many areas of health. It helps support your cardiovascular health. It helps support sleep. Did you know that this low collagen, so many people message me and they're like, I am sleeping better than I've slept in years. Can it be the collagen? I haven't done anything else different. And I'm like, absolutely it is. Because it helps support your melatonin production naturally. That's really important because it's got an amino acid called glycine in it that helps your body make, it's a precursor to melatonin production in your body. It's really important. When you have the gut support and you have the hormone support and all of that, then you're going to see your body calm down. Your nervous system is going to calm down, right? You're going to when inflammation calms down in your body, I'm trying to be super compliant with how I'm talking here. When inflammatory condition comes down in your body can actually do the natural healing processes. It's really important. And so I just can't say enough about this. I could tell you story after story after story of all the people I helped, but there's a few people on here tonight that have real life stories that I would love for you to hear. So, Amanda, I saw you just turn your camera on. So, I would love for you to share your experience now. Amanda works in the beauty industry. So, she's familiar with the collagen world. And she took it for hair growth and skin. She didn't tell you this story, but something else happened that she wasn't expecting. And that's the coolest thing is some people will take it for their beauty aspect. They will get the beauty aspect, but they will get so much more. Like if there was just one supplement, if I had to cut everything out, this would be the thing I could not live without. I would not want to live without it because I would become immobile again. And I'd never want to live that way again because I'm in the best shape of my life. And I've struggled with going to the gym and doing anything fitness my entire life. So, Amanda, I'm going to let you go ahead, come off mute and share if you're able to.
Hi there. Just sneaking to a quieter room. House full of kids. Okay. You guys can hear me. You can see me.
Yep, yep.
Okay. So I was introduced to Trinont, and it was actually the collagen that got me I would say started, got me intrigued with the products. Somebody introduced me to the company, the products, and I said, I've been trying multiple different collagens. I lost a lot of hair postpartum after having my third child, and being in the beauty industry since 1999, I've seen a lot of things filled with collagen, from face masks to moisturizers to collagen supplements, like you name it. And I had tried so many, and I thought to myself, like, what do I have to lose? It sounds good. The information that I'm getting is good. I literally have tried everything. I'm going to give this one a shot. And again, being from the beauty industry, we want nice hair, skin, and nails. When I'm working, when I'm talking to clients, when I'm teaching, we teach about this within the biology sector. I'm also an educator in the industry, in the bio, the anatomy, and how everything works. It's a very important component within the beauty industry. And here I am teaching and having clients, and my hair is falling out, and my skin looks like crap. And I literally have tried everything. So I ordered my Trinont collagen, and it's something that you have to remember that it doesn't happen overnight either. You have to give it a fair shot. I always say to people, you know, 1 month's not enough. You have to give it 3 or more. But the craziest thing that happened for me is when my collagen order came in, I took it right away and I knew I was going to give it time. The hair, the skin, the nails, crossing my fingers, hoping that it happened. And what changed within 3 days was one of the craziest things. And I had no idea that it had to do with the collagen. So I am a sufferer of acid reflux. And we don't have to go down the road of what happens if you don't get acid reflux under control and what it can turn into later on in life. But for somebody that carries Pepto Bismol in their purse, their backpack, their car, their trunks, every whatever. My best friend bought me Pepto Bismol for Christmas. This is how bad my acid reflux is. I have a prescription for this. I took the collagen for 3 days and I was not reaching for that bottle of Pepto. I actually was not even taking my ranitidine prescription, any of the liquid or anything that was supposed to help me with the heartburn. And, it would cause me problems during the day. My chest would hurt. I would always feel kind of like crappy. I couldn't sleep very well. And I thought to myself when I actually noticed, and it was a friend that pointed out that you haven't even really been drinking your Pepto Bismol. What's going on? And I said, well, I have this new collagen supplement, but there's no way that this can be to the collagen. Like collagen doesn't do that. So we have these beautiful testimony groups that you can go into. You can use the search bar and you can search anything up. And I started searching up things like heartburn or acid reflux. And to my surprise, I kept seeing testimony after testimony after testimony of people using Glow and their heartburn symptoms and some of their gut issues, and everything was being again, I'm going to be careful how I word this, but they were having success not having to deal with that problem anymore after trying Glow. So a few more days went on, and to me, it was just that so much could change within a first few couple days. I started to notice that I wasn't waking in the middle of the night. So you had just talked about how it produces melatonin, it helps you sleep. So literally the first week, I'm having no heartburn. I'm sleeping like a baby, like the best that I ever slept, ever. Joint pains going down. My husband's even having incredible results on the collagen. And we're like, okay, we have something really special here, but we never understood until we got into this and found people like Jen to explain what was actually happening and why this was happening. So I will tell you down the road, a couple months into my Glow experience, I have the photos. Yes, my hairline came back, all my hair filled in, and that was incredible. Even my husband's barber was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Your hair has come back." So we did get the great skin, um, healthy hair, skin, and nails, absolutely from the Glow. But the biggest thing to me was I was able not to have to take the over the counter stuff that I was like literally living on daily, and I was sleeping so good that so much in my life had changed just from that one product by giving it a chance when I was introduced to it. And I could go on and on about this. There's so much that has happened in our family just from the Glow Collagen, but now grateful for you explaining so that we can understand why this is changing so many people's life, why it's working so fast, and why it's doing what it does.
Love it. Thank you so much, Amanda, for sharing. I'm gonna introduce Trish next. Trish, I'm gonna let you just take it away because I know I want to get as many shares in as we can, and so I'm gonna pass it right off to you to share your experience with Glow Collagen.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, I experienced it right away the first night. I too come from chronic pain, malnutrition from being celiac. But I mean, there was a point in my life when I had to quit work, was pretty much bedridden. If I grocery shopped, I was bedridden for a week. So going to the gym was no, it could not happen. The first night I took Glow, I texted Jen, I think the next day, that I could turn over in the night without waking up because I didn't have that pain. And I didn't really keep track, but it was within days or weeks. I have grandchildren that live with me. I can get on the floor with them and not have to look for something to pull me up. It is just, my mobility is so much better. Mine was all in my upper back, I used to take 800 milligrams of Tylenol and Advil at least twice a day, sometimes 4 times a day. I don't know when the last time I took one of those was. Oh, and I was on diclofenac for a while. I don't know when I took one of
Wow.
those last. Um, and then when Amanda was talking about the hair, it reminded me that my hair used to be down like below my bra line, was thick, and I had started getting sick and I lost, like it was coming out in clumps every time I would wash my hair, brush my hair. So I cut my hair off really, really short. And I went to the hairdresser 2 days ago and she went, "Oh my gosh, the hair you have, it's incredible." Like she couldn't believe how thick my hair was. And she just took pounds of it out. Like it was crazy.
That's amazing.
Um, I have now joined the gym and I can go 3 times a week. I take it still easy on myself, but I am at a gym and I am moving. And I think the last thing I want to share is my mom and dad are, my dad's 80, my mom's close to 80, and they're moving, they're downsizing, and they're doing it through the month of May. So I gave my mom and dad some collagen. My dad won't take it because he's stubborn. But my mom, who really struggles with anxiety and pain when she's been moving around a lot, she's been sleeping. Like, and I don't see the anxiety that I thought was going to be really, really hard this month.
Amazing.
I still hear joy in her voice, even though it's a chaotic time.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And it must feel so good to be able to give her something that's going to give her relief.
Oh, 100%.
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
drink as much as you want. I will keep you in it.
I love it. I love it. Kaylee, are you able to come off mute? Now, Kaylee just got the collagen. She just got it. So this story you're about to hear is like a hot off the press, right? Like for me, my journey started 3 years ago, and I report that I have not had a flare up with my back in 3 years. It's amazing. I'm telling you, it started when I was 16. I was diagnosed officially at 19. Like amazing. Okay, go ahead, Kaylee. Share with us. You have just been on the college in a few days. Tell us
Yep.
what you're feeling, experiencing so far, because we know it's a journey. And like Amanda said, everything doesn't happen overnight. And for me, I got like muscle development later. My skin started changing, but it was like the pain relief that I felt first. So tell us what you're experiencing so far in just the few days that you've been using the Glow Collagen.
So, long story short, back in February, I took a tumble down the stairs and went a few weeks where I couldn't lay on my back or anything and just on my sides, and I could rotate, and it would take me about 5 minutes to roll over because I was injured everywhere. And I had heard Amanda talk about, sorry, I'm driving, everybody. I'm just
That's
heading home.
okay. That's okay.
Um, I had heard Amanda talk about the glow for our daughters play volleyball together, so for quite a bit, had multiple conversations. So I decided to try it, and I finally got my order placed, and I started taking it 3 days ago, and I injured my knee along with fracturing my tailbone. So the results that I'm seeing after 3 days of taking the glow is today I was walking around and I realized I had no pain in my knee at all. And I couldn't like bend my knee or straighten it or walk or lift or anything for the last 3 months. To go from that to being able to walk and bend and everything. And then today I just spent the last since like 1 o'clock chasing cows all over the pasture, and I was running like I'm with no pain.
Wow.
I'm sure I'll feel it tomorrow, but
You might take an extra shot of glow
right?
tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing the results in like my lower back and my tailbone,
Mhm.
because I got an x-ray with my tailbone and I did get told that I have like degenerative bone tissue or whatever in my
Mhm.
lower back.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing if that helps that.
Oh my gosh, you got to keep us posted on that.
Yeah. And then as you were talking about your shoulder, um, I went, I lifted my arm and I'm like, oh, there's no pain there either. It comes and goes, but I usually suffer from like the frozen shoulder slash
Okay.
bursitis type thing that it's chronic and it's painful, and I usually can't lift my arm above my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I am noticing that that's pretty much gone right now as well. So it's
Wow.
been life changing.
I'm so glad you finally got it because I know you've
Yeah.
been waiting to order it. And well, if you could give someone who's watching just like a few words, like what would you say to them if they were kind of thinking, maybe I'll try it. I don't know. Maybe I need more information. What would be your advice to them?
Don't wait.
Right? Oh
Don't
my
don't
gosh.
hesitate like I did, because it's just, yeah,
It feels,
I know my brother's going in for hip surgery
uh-huh.
this month and he's 51,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to try to get him on it as well for his recovery, because
Yep.
he's he's suffered for a very long time with bad joints and bad hips, so I'm
Yep.
going to try to get him on it and
Well, it
see the
will
results from him.
definitely shorten his recovery time.
Yeah, yeah,
So I am very confident in saying it will definitely help support his recovery. And, that's all we're talking here is quality of life. Quality
yeah,
of life at the end of the day, living in pain is terrible. And so when I talk about the collagen, I love that it gave me the hair, skin, and like the beauty aspect. I love that it did that for me. But that's not what I was after when I was coming. And so when I really talk about this collagen, that is why I have such an emphasis on that inner part, because that is what sets this collagen apart. The amount of support that it gives you, right, deep tissue wise, is so incredible. And the longer you use it, you continue to see the benefits. 30 days, yes, you'll probably feel it. But if you give it 90, 120, or like 3 years, like I have, you continue to see layers of support. And to me personally, this is the best longevity support on the market because this peptide formula is so amazing, and the way it helps rebuild the tissues in your body, you are literally aging yourself backwards because you're giving your body the raw material it needs to rebuild. And as we rebuild, because our health, we see this recovery and this rebuild in a body. It's like layers of an onion, right? Because we're building at that cellular level. Like I tell people, like if you want it for hair growth, you got to give it a few months, because who's going to notice first? Your hairdresser, because all those baby hairs, it's going to start coming in thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. But you probably won't be the first one to notice. Someone else is going to notice first. For me, that the beauty aspect, I don't look in the mirror. It's a weird thing. Like yes, I have mirrors and there's mirrors there, but I just tend not to look in the mirror. Like there's times I get in the vehicle to go to the gym in the morning, I'm like, "Oh, I should probably look in the mirror before I go see other humans." And the first mirror I look in is usually my rear view mirror backing out of my driveway. Like it's just a thing. I just I don't spend a lot of time looking in the mirror for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. But the the thing is people started commenting to me. I would post a picture on social media, or I'd go live on social media, and I would have people commenting, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You look different. What are you doing? You look different." And I was like, "What do you mean I look different?" Because like I'm not watching myself on videos. And so then I started scrolling back in pictures, And I was scrolling back in pictures and I found a picture from 3 months prior and I was like, oh, wow. Now I see why so many people are commenting because I literally look like a whole different person. My skin tone changed. The scarring that I had on my face is gone because I went through a terrible bout of adult acne in my 20s, in my early 30s, probably when I went through like a lot of my pregnancy time. I had a lot of acne during that and hormone shifts and all of that, right? And so bad that I had like scarring, like pitting all over my face. So, anyways, skin heals in layers. We shed, we regrow, we shed, we regrow. So, depending on what you are looking for in the collagen, it happens in layers. Wanda, I saw you put your hand up for a minute. Do you want to share?
I was just going to ask, um, I have my friend Joanne on tonight, and I just wanted you to maybe address the importance of taking it faithfully
Oh,
and
yes.
maybe what time of day is
Oh,
best.
sure. That's a great question. So, the best time to take it for what it will do inside the body is at night before bed. So, taking a shot, it's concentrated. It's not like a big glass of juice like most collagens are. It's just a couple tablespoons. It's very concentrated. You can blend it in other things too, though. Like it doesn't have to be taken in isolation. I know sometimes people like to dilute it and drink it like a juice or throw it in a smoothie or whatever. But taking it before bed, but I just want to also kind of put a disclaimer in there because for some people, they'll find that they'll experience night wakings. It's rare, but it does happen. They'll experience night wakings and why am I waking up? So if that happens, I just get them to switch to morning. Okay? Because there is an ingredient in it that improves circulation, and with circulation can activate the body. So if you are really suffering with poor circulation, it might do that for you. It did that for me. And how I discovered that is I didn't even put two and two together that that was happening. But then I read a testimony on that group Amanda was talking about, where someone discovered this and then started taking it in the morning. And so I can take it now at night because my body it does not have that same struggle it used to have because I'm getting the support. But in the beginning, it was only for the first week, and then I could switch to nights and I was fine. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. Okay. And then that was one piece of the question. You had another question. I kind of went really in depth into that. Wanda, what was the other question? Oh,
Just the
the consistency.
importance. Yeah.
It's just like anything, right? If you're trying to support your body, if you're not taking it consistently, it's you're not going to see the same results. Same if you're not taking a full dose. Right? I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, somehow there was some miscommunication, and she thought I said teaspoon, not tablespoon. And she's like, I'm just not feeling the results. I'm like, that's impossible. Like, what is happening? I don't know anybody who hasn't had results. Like, how is this not, how are you not feeling anything? And then we discover, I said, well, show me the spoon you're measuring it out in. So she took a picture of it and sent it to me. And sure enough, she was using 2 teaspoons instead of 2 tablespoons, which is 6 times not enough. All right. So it's a significant amount of decrease, right? So you want to be making sure you're taking the full dose and you're taking it every day because if your body is trying to recover, but it's like got these gaps, it's like expecting to get this nutrient that you're not putting in there. Our body loves routine. And our body needs that consistency in order to really deep dive and like function that way. So it is important. I mean, if you want the full benefits, it's important because if you don't give it the everyday consistency, think of it as like a medication. If your doctor gave you like a thyroid medication, you only took it every other day, is it going to support your thyroid? Not really. It's actually going to really throw your body out of whack. right? Now, if you take the
Thank you.
collagen over time, because some people will say, well, what happens when if I stop taking it? Am I gonna like, is it gonna be really bad? No. You take the collagen, like you've been on it for a long time, you're going to go off of it. You might not feel it right away, but that pain will creep back in as your collagen depletes. Because remember, if you're not giving your body the ingredients to make collagen, and you're already at an age where your body naturally is making less or not any collagen at all, how are we going to make collagen out of nothing? We need the formulation, the ingredients. It's like trying to bake a cake without the flour, you know? You need the ingredients to make the collagen in your body, to make those connective tissues strong. We need the ingredients, and we cannot get it through our food. Let me tell you why. We're not eating the part of the animals. Are you eating the skin from a cow? I'm not. It kind of sounds gross to me, right? I'm not eating chicken feet. I'm not eating fish scales. I'm not eating the part of the animal in which the collagen comes from. Some people will say, well, I drink bone broth. That's great. Would you like to know the molecular structure of bone broth? 10,000 to 20,000 Daltons. Do you know how much broth you have to drink to get the same amount of peptides in 2 tablespoons? You have to drink like your body weight in ounces. Can you imagine trying to drink that much bone broth? I'm not saying bone broth is not good. There's other ingredients in bone broth that are very good, soothing for the digestive system, all of that. Bone broth is great, but it is not a replacement for a collagen supplement. Is there any other questions? We've got a
Thank
few
you
more
so
minutes.
much.
So if there is more questions, I am happy to stay on for a couple more minutes and answer questions that you might have. All right. I hope that this is kind of giving you, I mean, I didn't even hit all of the ingredients and all of the things, but I was trying to keep this as short and sweet as possible. But our formulation is so in depth, it's kind of hard. But I also wanted you to hear some real life stories because I think it's really important because the collagen really does do different things for each of us. Because when we think about it, it's going to tackle the area that needs the most support first. And then it's going to just like spread through your body and support different areas of your health as your body starts to regenerate. So that is all I have for you. Thank you guys so much for being on. Thank you for those of you who shared. I appreciate you guys so much for jumping on and sharing. This is recorded. So if there is someone who you feel would benefit from listening to this conversation, please get back to the person who invited you and ask them for a copy of it. And if you have not started on this collagen and you would like to get started, get back to the person who invited you to watch this, and they will be more than happy to help give you that support in your life. And they can't wait to hear your story. And if you are not on our Health Wealth Travel page, which is where we share these stories and learn about what it's doing for other people, please ask to be added to that group so you can go in and check out some of these stories for yourself. And a lot of the pictures and visuals is what you'll see. Lots of before and after pictures too. So, okay, well, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you again next time.
Thank you.